Welcome to the Planet B podcast, where truth, transformation, and faith converge. Join us as we flip the script on ecological despair, guided by Dr. Sailesh Rao's vision for a compassionate, rewilded vegan world. Let's begin the journey to the greatest transformation in human history.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 30 of the Planet B podcast. And today we are going to explore how each and every one of us can help create Planet B. Wonderful. So, Dr. Rao, if you don't mind, let's start with this wonderful opening quotes by Kevin Anderson.
Yeah, Kevin Anderson is a climate scientist, and he said the situation is so urgent in the environment that we have to do everything you can possibly do and then a lot more. So it's literally saying, give it everything you have. And I think that's the right attitude, because we have to, all of us together, have to see if we can pull this back and see if you've gone past the point of no return or not.
Wonderful. And you begin chapter 30 with the quote, "If you are not already active, then it is time to get active. If you are already active, then it is time to get more active." Why is it important for not only people at this time to move towards the vegan lifestyle, but also to encourage the ones who are already vegan to become what you call pro-vegan?
Oh, well, the pre-vegans to pro-vegan. This is what Abhinav Ubuntu is talking about. When he has this Veganers Academy where he teaches vegans to go and advocate in such a way that those who are not vegan at least understand what the vegans are trying to do. And then they say, okay, even if I'm not vegan, I'm pro-vegan.
Right.
So pre-vegans to become pro-vegans. That requires, basically telling the story of Planet B. We're all doing this transformation, and vegans are just a little bit ahead of you. That's all. Otherwise, we're all on this journey, right? Everyone is going to come along eventually. I'm absolutely convinced of that. And so this is why, it's pick your role. How are you going to contribute to this?
Right. And you discussed 4 different roles within this transformation at the beginning of chapter 30. So if you don't mind, we could go through those one by one. And the first role are the Trailblazers.
Yeah, the Trailblazers are the intellectuals, the vegans, the ones who are ahead of the curve. They're the innovators who are getting out and trying new things. And so they know there is something wrong and they're trying to solve the problem. So there are lots of innovators and trailblazers out there now. So every vegan is a trailblazer, because you've gone out of the herd and you're saying, I'm going to do something different. Right?
All right.
Every vegan is fundamentally a trailblazer. But then there are others who are not yet vegan, but they're working on other aspects of this transformation. They're trying to clean up the chemical pollution. They're trying to reduce fossil fuel use. They're all trailblazers. Everyone who's trying to help the planet is a trailblazer. It's like you're getting out of the system and trying something new. Now it's coordinating all of us together. That's what we need to do. So that's the first kind of people who are going to help the transformation, the trailblazers. And the second are the illuminators. These are the storytellers who tell the story of Planet B, and they make it enticing so that everyone wants to join us. Storytelling is so important in human affairs because of stories that we come together and we create a herd, right? A herd believes a story. That's why we're all together. And so we need a story that can inspire all 8 billion of us to join. And that's the role of the illuminators, to tell that kind of story. And the third type of people who help make this transformation happen are the protectors. And the protectors are the ones who protect Planet B from Planet A, because Planet A is trying to kill it. We are used to this way of living and we don't want anything different. But the protectors are saying, look, you may need it because you may not have a planet if you keep going this way. right? So,
Mm.
so you need protectors who are funding Planet B projects, who have made money in Planet A, but they're deploying it to help Planet B come to
Right.
fruition. So they're the protectors. And the fourth are the hospice workers. And they're the ones who are helping systems on Planet A die peacefully. No, seriously, because Planet A is in hospice, right? Because
Right.
Planet A is, in its death throes right now. You can see it.
Mm.
All its
Yeah.
stories, nobody's buying its stories, and
Mm.
the institutions are falling apart, and you can see it happening now. So Planet A is in hospice, and your hospice workers are those who tell Planet A, it's okay to die. It's okay. We can take these resources and build something new with it on Planet B.
Yeah.
So those are
Mm.
the four kinds of people who work on transforming Planet A to Planet B. But at any given point in time, you can be playing any one of those four roles. So every one of us could be playing any one of those four roles. It's not like you are an eliminator and that's it. You don't do anything else. Sometimes you're an innovator, a trailblazer. Sometimes you're a hospice worker. Sometimes you're a protector. So
Yeah. That's beautiful. I think just kind of going through these individually, like you mentioned, the trailblazers are the ones who are vegan now, and as we're moving into the vegan world, more people are jumping towards Planet B. It's sometimes challenging because there's a lot of pushback. But like any trailblazer, when you're going against the norm, then there are going to be those challenges.
right, yeah, they're going to call you extreme. You know, all kinds of
Yeah.
labeling, right? And then you have to point out to them, what is extreme? Trying to heal the planet, is that extreme? Really? Isn't destroying the planet extreme? Isn't killing 90 billion animals every year extreme? So, what we consider extreme and what we consider to be normal is flipped
Right.
on planet A versus planet B. It's exactly the opposite, right?
Yeah, but it's interesting when you talk about Ubuntu, like when I watch his videos, like everything he does is about love. Like so
Absolutely.
it just in Dr. Rao, what you talk about as well too. So it's this calmness, this positivity that radiates and then that brings people into it just through that loving feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. Because love is the only solution. You know that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, love is the only way out of this. And we see a way out. We know that there is a way that we can establish scientifically is the best thing to do. You need to help people come along. Yelling at them is not going to do it, right?
All right.
So you have to show this quiet confidence that this is going to happen.
All right.
Okay. So in my mind, we're already in Planet B. We're already in a vegan world. In every engineering project that I worked on, I always said, in my mind, the project was done. Why? Because I had
Mm,
already mapped out how it's going to be done.
yeah.
I had written a guide. This is what I normally do. I write a guide for all the others as to what I see is the way forward, okay, to the best of my ability, and then people refine it. So my initial model that I created for the internet, people refined it, and then
Mm,
we implemented it. Refined it based on people coming back and saying, "Hey, it's actually difficult to do it this way. If you just tweak this, it's better. It's easier." I said, "Okay, I'll accept it," and I put it in the model, right? And I test it and make sure it does work. So similarly, I'm trying to write a guide for Planet B. How do you do this transformation from Planet A to Planet B? And so there, again, it's this role that you have to pick, what role you have to pick. And everyone, you say, what do I do next? Now that I've done this, what do I do next? You have a precise algorithm for picking how to do the next action. In the Bhagavad Gita, which is the dialogue between man and God in the Hindu scriptures. And basically, man is telling God, hey, you're God, so why don't you solve the problem yourself? Why do you want me to fight this, right? Battle of life. And God says, I fight the battle of life through you. So you're my instrument, so you have to help me. And then he gives him a formula for how to find the next right action. So he says, everybody has a role to play. So we each come with our strength, and we are trying to push planet A into planet B. So how do you find your role? So first you consider, what are you good at? What would you really like to do? If you had all the options in the world, what would you really like to do? So that's what is known as Swadharma. What is the right thing to do for myself? Swa means myself. Dharma is what is the right thing to do. Okay? What is the right thing to do for myself? Then you consider your family circumstances. So that's called Kula Dharma. So what is my family? What is the best interest of my family for me to do? Okay. Third is Yuga Dharma, which is what is the right thing to do for the age that we are in. The age that has ice melting in the Arctic, extreme weather happening all over the place. So what does that tell you is the right thing to do? And the fourth is Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma literally means what is the right thing to do on the basis of love and compassion, okay, which is universal principles. And he says, okay, consider these four aspects and then choose. Okay. Choose, act, let go of the fruits of your action. So meaning don't be attached to the fruits of your action. Evaluate and repeat. So you keep at it, right? You keep at it. You never give up. And so why do you let go of the fruits of your action? Basically, it says the results of your action are not in your hands.
Right.
It's in the hands of the universe. It's in the hands of higher power. And so if you intended to do something and that didn't happen, and you shouldn't get frustrated.
Right.
So if you're attached to the fruits of your action, if you're attached to the results, you will get frustrated because it didn't happen.
So true.
Right?
I think we all feel that one.
Right. And so he's saying it didn't happen not because your intentions were wrong. It's just that there were other things in the universe that you couldn't overcome because you're just one person trying to do it.
Right.
So you have to then dispassionately evaluate why it didn't happen and figure out the next course of action for yourself. And you can only dispassionately evaluate if you're not attached to the fruits of your action.
Right.
So if you're able to step back and say, okay, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? I see why. I should have done it this way. And then you go about doing that. So it's, you're pushing this way, and then finally something gives, and then you go through, right? And that's planet B. And then you bring everyone along. So we have a good news to tell people. We know the best way forward to address all 7 planetary boundary transgressions. Okay, I've evaluated this. I've been studying this for the last 20 years, and there is nothing else that comes anywhere close to what vegan rewilding can do. Go vegan and rewild the planet. There is nothing else that comes anywhere close to that. It's simple and it works, and it involves everybody. So when you involve everybody in a non-violent action like that, you will achieve world peace.
Yes.
So it's a way forward for both world peace and planetary health. And that's what excites me about this, because people have been looking for world peace for such a long time.
Yeah.
And now that you have a common purpose, a common mission, right? Of course, there are people who are going to say climate change is not happening, but they're the same people who are fighting over who gets to rule the Arctic, as the ice melts,
Mm,
They
mhm.
clearly know the ice is going to melt,
Yeah.
which means they've been pretending that climate change is not happening. They know it's happening.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think it's wonderful too when you illustrate this story out of the Bhagavad Gita that highlights that God is calling man to action and that God works through all of us. Like that's part of our role as humans on planet Earth during the greatest transformation in human history.
yeah. That is radical sacredness. Radical sacredness is seeing the divine in everything,
Mm,
right? And that's what I said. We are transitioning to veganism and radical sacredness. So this is really, the Garden of Eden coming back,
yeah.
uh, returning to the Garden of Eden. And it's a metaphor
Yeah.
that everyone, lot of poets have talked about it, lots of novelists have talked about it. And it's just that we now have to actually do it. And that is, to me, the greatest transformation in human history, where we really set out to accomplish what everybody has been dreaming about.
Right. I think it's important that like you talk about and Ubuntu Ubuntu talks about is just being a trailblazer with compassion because it's
Mhm.
everyone wants peace. They want world peace. Everyone wants a beautiful planet. You know,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's we've all just been taught into this system, and some people are just a little bit more seeing it than others at this time. But that doesn't mean that other people won't come along for the ride. It just means that maybe we need to be more loving, more compassionate, and just be there for them when the time comes.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone will find their place in it. You know,
All right.
everyone has a gift to give.
It's exciting because it is the solution and everyone wants world peace. So it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
I really believe it's going to happen very, very soon. Maybe even this year,
2026 is the year.
right? When people accept that we need to do it, and then we'll be figuring out how to really do it.
Yeah, very good. So at the end of chapter 30, you provide a quote from Lord Krishna to Arjuna, which is, I love you so much that I set you free even from me, and you are free to choose.
Love always comes with freedom. You cannot coerce someone. Coercion is an act of control, and that comes from fear. And this is why Lord Krishna told Arjuna, even after giving him all that advice, he said, you are free to choose whether you want to fight or not. The same thing we have to do with every human being. We have to say, you're free to choose whether you want to come to planet B or not. Right? But there'll be majority of us are going to go there eventually, right? And
Yeah,
then you're going to feel like, oh man, I've been left behind. And then you'll come along. Everybody will come along eventually.
yeah, that's wonderful. And then right at the end of your final chapter here, you say a system based on love on planet B has freedom at its core.
Right. Absolutely. Because of that, yeah. It's freedom at its core. Freedom is a little messy, but it's like seeing bees flying towards something. Not every bee makes a straight line, to where it needs to go. There's some bees are wandering around,
Yeah,
right? And you
yeah,
need them too. Those who are wandering around, they may find a better flower to go to.
all right, all
So
right,
you have to allow, diversity of opinion. You have to allow diversity of ways, and know that everyone has their own path to come to.
mm,
So it begins with faith, knowing that this is going to happen and that you're part of something much larger and that you're just an instrument. Right?
yeah,
So that faith, I have acquired it thanks to my granddaughter. So that's helped calm me down, to the last
yeah.
15 years now. Yeah,
Hmm. It's interesting because even that wandering bee, it comes back to the hive eventually.
correct. Correct. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
well, Dr. Rao, as we wrap up chapter 30, what closing words would you like to share with our audience today?
I am privileged to be working with all of you. And it's my greatest joy to be alive at this time.
Well, thank you, Dr. Rao. And we're all excited to be here too, because Planet B is coming in 2026 is the year.
There you go.
So thank you all so much for joining us. If you made it through chapter 30, wow, it's been quite the journey. So thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Rao. And we do have one final episode in store, which will be the epilogue, The Hero's Marathon Journey. So if you've made it this far, I hope that you'll make it through episode 31. So thank you all so much, and we'll see you again. Bye.
This has been a podcast from Planet B, where compassion isn't controversial. If you haven't moved here yet, we thank you for visiting.
The house is burning, but we're still sitting in the glow. Phones charged, lights on, pretending we don't know. But the forest is silent, the river's running low, and the flame on our plates is the strongest fire we throw. Put out the fire, put out the fire. Echoes and rise, this is your hour. 7 boundaries broken, the earth pushed past the line. Climate, land, species, fresh water, chemicals, nutrients, oceans in decline. Not danger, disaster in real time. Put out the fire, ooh, put out the fire. Metafoodians rise, this is your power. And here in India, one truth stands the same. Milk is not just milk, dairy feeds the flame. Cows and methane, fields and forests turn to grain. Politics, culture, carbon, all wired to the same chain. Every cup of curd is heat in the air, every block of butter is a forest repair. It's not a small habit, it's a planetary affair. Put out the fire, put out the fire. Echoes and rise, this is our hour. Energy fixes half the hurt, Dr. Rao made that clear. But food fixes the other half, the half that's burning here. Change the plate, change the land, change the future's atmosphere. Put out the fire, put out the fire. Metafoodians unite, this is your choir. Every millet, every fruit, every sapseed, every bean is water on the wildfire of a world we've never seen. Every oil-free bite is a river turning clean. This is not perfection, it's direction. Not pressure, but protection. A week of choices can cool a generation. A company's courage can ignite a nation. Put out the fire.